Crowds of fans filing through the gates here at Breeze Stevens Field in Madison, Wisconsin for semifinal Saturday of the AUDL Championship Weekend. Game number 1 features the East Division champs, the Toronto Rush, and the South Division champs, the Dallas Roughnecks. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the AUDL Championship Weekend. Justin Ford, a guy coming over from Great Britain, Brian, to play with the Rush. I asked Anatoly Vasiliev what he has brought to the D-line. He said, well, I know he's always going to be open. Now another chance for Bo Kittredge against Jonathan Martin. And this time it's Bo Kittredge running down the game's opening score for Dallas. That goal for Kai Marshall, his 46th of the year. That ties him with teammate Thomas Slack for the Roughnecks lead as Harris uncorks, looking for Lindquist. Emmons nearby, and he comes up with a spectacular D. Dan Emmons giving it all and just got a piece of the disc. Kittredge, Emmons, Marshall, Langdon all going deep. This is a perfect throw. Toronto realizing everybody's coming, and it's caught in the end zone by the Roughnecks. Holy cow, Kai Marshall didn't need a Mac this time. A powerful close to the quarter.
I told you Chris Mazer had to throw from anywhere on the field, and I meant it. This guy can really bomb it. Perfect pass.
That was a beautiful huck, but the problem for the Rush is they're all just standing underneath where that disc is going to land, whereas Dallas is running to that spot, allows them to really maximize their leap. Whereas Toronto is just sort of waiting for it to come down, and if you've played Ultimate, you've been in that situation where you're in the right spot, but you can't hit your maximum jump because you're not running toward the disc.
Marshall got highest and attacked it at the zenith. Active defense from Costello in the under. Martin going deep, trying to accelerate. Langdon approaching as well. Martin gets there first as the two Roughnecks collide, and Martin spikes it emphatically to fire up his team.
I don't know, the throwing motion of the hammer doesn't really seem like you're really getting that back foot up off the ground like you do when you're really stepping out on a backhand.
Mickle Kittredge. Bo Kittredge bidding for the Dallas score.
And Kittredge is just so good at coming up with those low line drive throws. Very impressive layout, able to run it down. Beautiful catch to otherwise decent throw.
Bo Kittredge suffered a terrible knee injury back on May the 1st in a Roughnecks game on the road at Charlotte. An injury that he says was a stupid play, trying to make a highlight, but coming back from his injury as fast as he did, remarkable story of how he rehabbed it. The Michael Johnson Sports Performance Training Complex in the Dallas area. Toronto will get the disc at the end, at the start of the 4th. Yearwood at midfield, gets it off. Oh, and Lloyd catches, flips it into the end zone, and the referees say it counts.
That was unbelievable.
Mark Lloyd, the infield greatest, to beat the buzzer to Martin. Unbelievable.
Incredible awareness by Mark Lloyd, realizing there was no time on the clock and he had to make that greatest attempt.
I mean, you've never seen that before.
Just when you thought Toronto was down on their luck completely, they get the play that they need. Great awareness, like you said. What more can you say? This one was definitely inbounds. We saw an out-of-bounds attempt before. Now those 18-year-olds watching Mark Lloyd and Canada are going to be practicing their chicken wings.
The chicken wing,
chicken wing
air throw buzzer beater to wrap up the quarter, or whether it's Seattle, a team that dominated in the playoffs more than anyone else in the league, and it's not even close. Matt Bennett shoots it. He was upset with himself at the throw. Don't be. Chris Larberg skies for it, floats it to Slack, who's got it. Dallas doing everything right, even when they don't think so themselves. Well, that pull play, the closest thing Ultimate has to an onside kick.
And you know, it's been interesting to me.
Oh, beautiful helix hammer. Gibson drops it to Mickle perfectly.
And if I had to pick someone on the Roughnecks, I think I would give it to him.
He has received plenty of accolades through his career. An AUDL champ 2 years ago, a club champion several times. And Dylan Freechild throws a hammer as the clock expires. The Dallas Roughnecks are headed to Championship Sunday here in Madison. 27-20 is the final. The Rush fell behind 3-0 at the outset, and the Roughnecks led wire to wire. A gorgeous day in Madison becomes a perfect Saturday night for Ultimate. It's Madison Radicals Day here in Wisconsin. Can they cap off the experience with a win against the Seattle Cascades? That we'll find out over the next couple of hours. The second semifinal here from Breese-Stevens Field begins right now. Really a special player, was a Radicals rookie last year, made a great defensive play early in their game against Raleigh in the semifinals. Here's Riggles slicing to the end zone. Graffy has another Radicals break.
I mean, that's a statement. Nick Stewart standing flat-footed right in front of Riggles, and he throws a wrong-sided IO flick here.
Well, if you notice, Graffy was the individual who threw to Riggles in the first place. He threw and went instantaneously.
Final 10 seconds to the quarter. Try-wise to Kevin Brown. He's got that throw, launches the flick. Carnegie lingering, Weber lingering, and it goes right off the hands of both of them.
Wow,
Scott Riggles was looming behind the play, but Carnegie and Weber both got a piece of it. Neither could come down with it. That's a win for Seattle.
That's big. Carnegie makes a big play. And you know, Tim DeBow, one thing he does, one of the reasons Madison's so effective is they win the end of the quarter, and that's set up exactly the way they wanted. A shot to their two biggest guys, and Carnegie comes through in a big way. This is not what you want to see if you're Seattle. Look at this.
They're outnumbered, too.
They're in trouble. Look at this play from Hussein. So sick.
Andrew Brown not on the field this point. Brian Hart, Kevin Brown, Pat Try-Wise, Dave Wiseman looking for the Try-Wiseman connection. What a gorgeous toss that was. Try-Wise to Wiseman. Perfection.
And we're just talking about how hard it is to consistently throw to that end zone, and then just like everything else, Try-Wise comes out.
No, it's not.
Makes it look easy.
And that throw was perfectly timed. You saw him pump fake the forehand, letting Wiseman get just a little bit farther down the field, and then recognizing he did not have a mark on him.
And he's made that adjustment of saying, you know what, I got big shoulders, I should use him, and Mechanix does that already.
Karlinski launching. Matt Rader, who's been quiet so far, has arrived. And he makes it look easy against KPS.
Yeah, we talked to KPS on the couch earlier. He's excited for this matchup. Not an easy one.
KPS, articulate interview?
He is a sweetie pie.
Speaking of sweetie pies, Matt Rader.
Yeah. He is a soft-spoken, gentle murderer. He's pretty inspirational guy, and actually he's good at macking. We were doing a mac line yesterday. I like the soft touch, Jaden.
Went to Northern Arizona as the Cascades find Rader deep. That was too easy.
Are we watching? Are we seeing this? Look at how much faster he is. Nick Stewart and Matt Rader, these are a different caliber of athlete. That doesn't mean they're going to win, but that means if you put them in a foot race one-on-one, it's over.
So you like the decision to send it to Rader deep?
Anytime he's even, that disc goes up. It's Bo Kitchich time, okay? When he's even, the disc goes up.
Oh, and he tried to throw it through the mark of Camp. Colin alertly had his hands in the air and rejected the crossfield toss.
I've never seen anything like that.
No.
Looking to Wiseman again. The big fella in the end zone for the Radicals. Why not? Madison back up by 5. And And how about that D from Colin Camp?
Absolutely great heads-up awareness from him, keeping his arms where he thought the biggest threat was initially. And then Madison absolutely capitalized that point. 2 throws later, you have Wiseman in the end zone for an easy score. Ridiculous.
Joe Sefton, a terrible mistake by Rader because he had Burton wide open on the under.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Jay Frood launching. Mechanix versus Rankin. Oh, Zane Rankin rising for the D. Stewart looking for Rader. Frood, the close by defender. Oh, and Matt Rader shook him off.
Matt Rader.
I'm not sure Jay Frood has run into a statue like that in the end zone before. Brian Hart takes a shot. Kevin Brown versus Hussein Carnegie. Oh, Carnegie taking it to a new level. And he's shaken up on the play. Usually when you fall from that height, you do get shaken up. Holy cow.
Hussein Carnegie, look at the athleticism here off the backside. I mean, Kevin Brown is explosive. He reads this well. And just...
It was funny because, I don't know about you guys, it looked like Hussein went up too early there.
It did.
He did. He D'd that disc on his way down from his ascent. That is not normally how that happens.
It's really incredible. He's had 2 of them now. At the end of the first quarter, just a ridiculous block over Weber and wriggles off the backside, and then he does this.
Drew's on the under, sliding catch, tough grab by Schreiwise. Over the top. Madison making some difficult plays here, executing them. Here's another difficult toss. Camp to Hart. The Hodags connect in the city of Madison. Needs help. Annan. Brown. They needed a big swing. It's knocked away by Carnegie. 8 seconds. 5 seconds. Shen, can he throw it the full 80 yards of the field? Are you kidding me? You are kidding me!
Holy smokes!
Will Chen, the distance to Russell after Carnegie's D. Seattle gets within 2 at the buzzer. One of the great pressure throws in a desperation situation I've ever seen.
And another insane D from Hussein Carnegie. Man, what can you say about this guy? Every time you need the play, he's making it. All the energy that you need, he's got it. And Will Chen just dials up a frickin' dime.
That wasn't even Carnegie's man. He just recognized a score was about to happen, inserted himself, and then
Look
Will
at this.
Chen.
Through the 2 defenders. 2 guys trying to block that backhand.
You saw the official in the middle of the field get taken out. Somehow he gets it off. Oh, the referee kind of set a pick on Brian Hart a little bit, but I'm not sure it would have made a difference.
I don't think it would have. But yeah, it's worth mentioning just what the window that Will Chen had to throw to there, let alone the fact that it had to be 80 yards and it had to be inbounds.
One of the greatest plays of the season in one of the great games in the history of the league, taking the turn into the 4th quarter when we come back to Breeze Stevens Field. Back to Russell. Carnegie. What a pickup he has been for Seattle. Clark takes a chance. Snell turns on the Jets and makes the heroic catch.
You're starting to see that energy. You know, when we interviewed Donnie Clark out west during the playoffs, and he just said when this team's playing their best, they're having fun, they're light, they're energetic, and you can see it right now. These guys are storming the field. They're so excited when their guys make plays. Ben Snell playing big.
Ben Snell just made the club junior catch of the game. Check this out. Cruz gives it to Pat Trywise, marked by Matty Russell. Uses the hammer to reset to Wiseman. Kevin Brown. Trywise takes off. Russell chasing. Trywise up for the disc. And he will punch it in. Colin Camp gives the Radicals the lead again.
If belief was faltering on the Madison sideline, Pat Trywise just renewed it. He is playing like they are still 7 points ahead.
Chuck Kindred's always been a huge Trywise fan. Plays like this will get Trywise many more fans.
Look at this. I don't know why they haven't been throwing more to him. He's on another level. And you know what else? He's never nervous. He never tightens up. When the pressure's on, he actually makes more incredible plays. Everything with him is high percentage. Look at this. Where is he looking when he throws that?
It's the most important offensive possession in Radicals history. Kevin Brown, Scott Riggles, Andrew Mechanic, Logan Pruce, Peter Graffi, Kevin Pettit-Scantling.
Trywise not on the field.
And Thomas Coolidge. This is basically the Madison D-line. Oh, no one guarding Mechanic. A huge error. Mechanic to the end zone. Knocked away! Seattle has the disc on an outrageous D from Donnie Clark. 25 seconds on the clock.
Look at how much space he makes up. Coming the whole way, just gets the tiniest finger on it.
On a receiver like Thomas Coolidge, no less.
Holy cow, Donnie Clark, we've been wondering all day, where is this guy? He's such a key to their success, and he comes up in the biggest point in a huge game with a massive layout D. Here's hoping he's okay.
So 25 seconds on the clock. Seattle is going to be somewhere around 4, 5, 6 completions away from wrapping this up.
And Raider says, my bad, they're playing it.
DeBio was trying to call a timeout. They didn't grant it. We're down to 13 seconds. Kevin Brown rifles one. Pettit-Scantling wriggles in the end zone, and it is knocked away. The final seconds disappear, and the Seattle Cascades have shocked the Madison Radicals at Breese-Stevens Field. An improbable comeback. And the kids from the Pacific Northwest with a shocking performance down the stretch to close out a classic. It's the first time the Radicals have lost here at Breese-Stevens Field in over 1,000 days. Their 31-game home winning streak comes to a close, and yet they still are very appreciative of their hometown fans. It will be the Seattle Cascades and the Dallas Roughnecks meeting for the AUDL Championship tomorrow. Karlinski hits the veteran Mike Caldwell. And there's Mark Burton, who takes a chance. Nick Stewart bids just shy of the end zone. He hauls it in. Stewart throwing through the contact to his old college teammate Simon Montague.
And that will do. Nick Stewart, one of those guys, it's hard to say what's scarier. Is it him in the air, or is it him just on his legs out sprinting you to the end zone with a full extension layout? Nick is fired up today. It took him a little bit to get loose yesterday, but you can see he's ready to run.
It's almost like there's a fun competition within Seattle. Who can make more spectacular plays deep? Nick Stewart and Matt Raider, because they're similar players. They're both such dangerous weapons.
You see here, Mark Burton puts his pass to where only Nick Stewart can get. It's not perfect, but when you have that athleticism that Stewart has, it doesn't matter. The surprising thing about Stewart was when everybody knows about his athletic ability deep, and we've talked about it so much, he dominated the 3-on-3 handler drill when it came to USA tryouts. He was the quickest man on the field, unguardable.
Someone asked Nick Stewart this morning, how you feeling? He said, well, I haven't been feeling good for a while, so about the same. Another chance for Cassidy Rasmussen, and that was a precious put. from Brandon Muffin Malachek, as buttery a biscuit he's ever tossed. 13 goals have been scored in just over 7 minutes.
Bo with a step.
Mickle takes a shot, doesn't have enough float. Kittredge bids and scores.
Chuck, you said it earlier. When they find themselves in a tough spot, we both knew it was coming.
Yeah, and that was a Bo Kittredge throw. If that was to anybody else, that is a horrible, flat, bad throw up the IO lane. But with Bo, it's just like the harder the catch, the better. If it's in front of him, it's going to work. Still got the speed, and look at how long he slides. That's got to be some kind of record.
There were a lot of games when Nick Stewart wasn't available, Matt Rader wasn't available. Burton became the primary cutter. Rasmussen looking for Mickle. Got it. You're right about Donnie Clark, but like Matt Jackson on the other side, Clark's going to make a play by the end of the day. You just know it. Mark Burton's played well. Nick Stewart thought about the deep shot to Rank and resets to Montague.
Nice mark by Langdon, taking away that backhand with his right foot.
Stall count rising. Montague just barely gets rid of it. No, he didn't. Montague is stalled out, and Dallas takes possession, looking for the tie. And it was tipped off the hands of Chris Larberg and caught by Zach Riggins.
Tough break for Mario O'Brien. Couldn't have hit that D any harder. But I'm sure some of his Rise Up Ultimate students are letting him know, catch your Ds, Rook.
Riggins with the score. That's 3 straight points for the Roughnecks.
Probably couldn't do any better on that. I mean, if he doesn't swing and swing hard and fast, that's a caught goal.
And if you weren't with us in the semifinals, in both games, it felt like hucking to the right side end zone produced much more variability in the results of the throws. Karlinski looking for Rader. Matt Rader turns on the Jets. Was there ever a doubt?
It's crazy. I mean, you see that disc go up and you see him starting to close on, and you say, here comes a layout. This is going to be SportsCenter top 10, and then he trots over and, you know, Willie Mays style, just basket catches it.
You know, that type of throw makes me feel a little bad, because I've said that Simon Montague has brought a new dynamic to Seattle. Danny Karlinski, not as much of a hucker. This was a gorgeous put from Karlinski.
Yeah.
Have the isolation one-on-one matchup, and Anderson's playing the underneath because Rader has tried to turn himself into a thrower. Rader just turns on the afterburners. See ya.
This disc is so flat, it doesn't even look like it's spinning.
We used to always use that little gyroscope ball thing. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
Apparently that works.
Seattle already across midfield. Oh, tremendous bid. That was Dylan Larberg. That's the type of play that can win you a title. That's his 3rd D of the opening half. And Freechild wants him. Off the hands, Larberg stays with it. San Jose behind not just Bo, but Ashlyn Joy, Kurt Gibson in 2014, Cassidy Rasmussen in 2015, Simon Higgins, Greg Cohen, Mark Burton looking for Rader. Got him.
That was some kind of throw from Mark Burton. I mean, the scuba to set it up.
Seattle, if they're going to have any chance, they get the disc here. They're going to get the disc to start the 4th quarter. If it could be 27-21 the next time Dallas touches the disc, you feel like they've got a little bit of a chance. Rankin rifles it. He's got Rader and Carnegie. And it's Rader who comes down with the disc. Yikes. At the buzzer, no time left. Rader rising up.
You know, we're just talking about the cream of the crop. That's what you're dealing with Raider. Look at him just casually jog to the end zone. He's sizing this up the whole way, going up against Bo Kittredge with the left hand, roofs him.
And the foul.
And one. Nice shot here from Rankin.
You feel pretty good when you got Raider and Carnegie. Kittredge was in a decent position too. But Raider wins this aerial battle. Mazer, Gibson, Malachek, Kittredge, Marshall, Rasmussen, and Mickle. Bo taken off. Mickle with a gorgeous put.
Well, that's nice.
If the Cascades could get a break or two, they'd be within striking distance here. Looking for Kittredge again. Jesse Bolton trailing. Kittredge read it well. Bo pouring it on as he looks to sew up his third consecutive championship in the American Ultimate Disc League. It's a nice day for Ultimate here in Madison. Really, you couldn't ask for much better playing conditions as a competitor. Well, it's Gibson going deep. He's all alone. He's got the Roughnecks goal. Here in Madison, the Dallas Roughnecks, a 7-goal win over the Toronto Rush. And it will likely be a 6-goal win over the Seattle Cascades. The clock stops with 3.5 seconds left. It'll restart on the referee's signal. The super team, a super success. And the Dallas Roughnecks, in their very first season, are champions of the AUDL.
Top to bottom, it was a successful season. They went undefeated. They had games without their superstars, and the Larbergs, Marshall, Slack, Matt Jackson stepped up. They made it through unscathed, and even when they faced their biggest deficit all year long in the first quarter, you knew it was a storm that was just brewing.